23 years ago, before I was even born, Jean-Luc was nothing but a little itty infantryman. But then he reached his grubby little fingers into the nation's pockets and gave himself a fancy little title called Bellum Generalis. Now, you maggots here who didn't bother reading the debriefing schedule, allow me to give you a rundown about how he got into power.
The land of Praelia was run by 3 unified leaders until Jean-Luc became greedy and overthrew the centralized governments and instituted himself as supreme leader and instituted his militaristic power, the Zed Marquis, as defense. Now Jean-Luc and his military are taking over outside lands, conquering them for world peace, which Lieutenant Duncan and his imaginary team of soldiers are tasked with defending against.
Now I say we strip him of his fancy title and leave his body bleeding out like a well-cut steak. I want this mission to be sweet and clean like a chocolate Toblerone. Is that understood, gentlemen?
Now, as you may realize, Lieutenant Duncan is a very good soldier. Well, you may not be able to tell that, as he's talking to his bear, the only other survivor of his platoon from the 13-month war. Coinciding with the extreme PTSD he gained from the ordeal, Raimi Duncan earned himself an extreme case of schizophrenia. He's been sent on this kamikaze mission by himself because while he is a very good soldier, he's also a safety hazard. The military would rather dig 1 grave and hand out an honorary medal than dig 40 graves.
Now I say we come in from the left and the right side and flank the walls and knock out the watchmen that will no doubt be there. We'll take the high side until we reach the general's quarters on the south side, and then me and Gustavo will take him out through a pre-drilled hole in the barricade.
Gustavo Bear has been Raimi's since he was a young soldier. It was a token from his first kill, a child who had been strapped to death with dynamite. Raimi shot him from a tree perch 40 meters away, a platoon record.
I think I'll call you Gustavo. All right, man, let's move out.
Now, before every operation, Duncan took part in his ceremonial face shaving in case he ran into any women on his journey. Of course he'd protect Gustavo. He was extremely important to him.
I gotcha.
Duncan traveled for hours, trying to escape the air raid, no doubt set up by the infamous Jean-Luc, the man he was trying to kill.
I must say, I admire your work, Monsieur Duncan, although I'm afraid we've never met. My name is Jean-Luc. Get his body out of here.
Raimi Duncan was allowed to have a proper soldier's burial, although very few attended the ceremony. Now on his grave sits just another name to add to the long list of casualties. All hail Jean-Luc.